What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the shop. I want to talk to you guys real quick about how scary these people are in the market. Okay, just seeing what happened today with HCMC just proves to me how many weak hands there are. Just shows me one little small thing, one little procedure that is a normal procedure that mostly everybody who's involved in a lawsuit goes through, which is the other side filing a motion for a dismissal. Okay, we're talking about HCMC here, right? With the Philip Morris lawsuit, Morris filed a motion for dismissal, so probably 75% of people or whatever. It was down 30% today, but so many people sold off their hands today because of a simple motion, which 90% of the time gets filed in every lawsuit. I'm probably 99.99% sure that this motion will not go through, and we're gonna start the uptick pretty soon. But I mainly got on here right now just to open your eyes to the kind of investors that we have these days. Investors with no backbone. Investors with flat out no balls. Investors that don't know anything about court procedures. Investors that are far from lawyers. Investors that have no idea about anything as far as the courts go, but they buy into the company due to the fact that there's a pending lawsuit. But as soon as they hear something about a dismissal, they're selling their hands off. Guys, this is straight up unbelievable to me. It's funny to me. And it's pretty ridiculous. The kind of people that are invested in this stock and the kind of people that are in the market these days, period. And it just goes to show how many young people are flooding this market that have simply no idea about anything, that have no idea how the world works, that haven't really been through anything, but are simply dumping money in there just because they see it keeps going up. And one simple statement about the defense filing a motion to dismiss, which is basically a Hail Mary that 99.9% of the time does not work with even the weakest cases, let alone a case such as we have in play here with HCMC, which clearly shows, I don't want to say clearly, but very convincingly shows that they did infringe on this patent, and where I'm very comfortable in the fact that if this does go to a jury, they will come out with a victory. But with that being said, I highly doubt that this will get to a jury. I'm very confident that this case will settle, and I'm very confident that this motion for dismissal will get thrown out fairly quickly, no matter what kind of lawyers they brought onto their team. It's very disappointing on the short term. To see this, it's just people with the short term mind frame, which it's really hard to even get excited these days with a small increase in the share price, because the amount of weak hands can send the stock tumbling for no apparent reason whatsoever. So guys, be mindful of this. Don't let these weak hands turn you into somebody that was originally a long and strong investor, but got scared out due to the fact that these how should I say, uneducated no sense of what's going on with the world, no sense of anything really that's happening, but literally just invest for the mere fact that of the social media hype and just the word of mouth going around. Just want to touch on AITX real quick, as always. A lot of you know that's definitely a stock that I'm very heavily invested in and have a lot of confidence in. I believe we held up strong this week. I believe we're getting attacked by these shorts like crazy, and we're holding up pretty strong. We got attacked by Seeking Alpha, and of course, you know what they did worked for them. You know, they got the share price to drop, and of course they jumped in. You know, that's not been verified, but I'm very confident that's exactly what happened. But we've got information that we have a PR coming out on Monday. We have an AK coming out on Tuesday with another possible PR. And again, there's so many weak hands and shorts in AITX where short term it might not fly as fast as we want it to, but if you guys really pay attention to what Steve talks about and what Steve says as far as the future of AITX, and even skipping altogether the possible uplist on QB and just focusing on getting into the NASDAQ is huge. Okay, but only people with real balls are going to stick around from this point to really see the real potential that this has. And financially gain from the stock, as well as I believe HCMC will. But just to be be honest and forthright with you guys, as far as my confidence between HCMC and AITX, HCMC is nowhere near my confidence in AITX, but AITX heavily surpasses the amount of confidence I got with any other stock right now. On top of that list is also AXXA and CLIS, which I believe as soon as it comes to every other country that they're planning to release it in, I believe it's going to take off, and I believe CLIS is heavily undervalued as well. Just like I believe AXXA is. Salute to everybody that stayed in TSMP. You know, I spoke to you guys about this company months ago. that's a situation where I had some weak hands. Because mind you, I've only been in the stock market for about a year now, and I've been only messing with penny stocks for a couple months, and TSMP was actually the first penny stock that I've invested in. And you know, upon me going through my trials and tribulations with the stock market, with the OTC market now, you know, I go throughout the day just doing due diligence and learning more and more. And TSMP was definitely a learning curve and a mistake. You know, me selling out at around the 50-cent mark when I bought in at $23, hoping to jump back in when it gets back down to around the 23 mark. It got down to the 30 mark, and I was basically fighting with myself whether to buy at 30 or not, because I knew it could have went either way, and it went the other way. But you know, of course, every experience that we go through in life could either make you or break you. You could either learn from it, or you could choose not to gain that knowledge from your mistake. But TSMP is a company that I definitely learned from, and therefore will conduct myself differently in the future with the stocks that I am holding, understanding that the valuation in these early stage companies right now means absolutely nothing. Okay, so as far as everything, you know, when people tell you out there the evaluation is this, the market focuses on long-term potential, and the current movements that the price makes are based on the future potential right now in this market. So salute to everybody that's long and strong on these companies that I mentioned. Hopefully we have a better week next week, and you guys have a great weekend. Take care.